welcome to another episode of the Meeples and Miniatures Miniature Review Show with me, Neil Shook. And today we're going to be looking at another of the releases from the Plastic Soldier Company. Now, for those of you who may not be aware, the Plastic Soldier Company are a company that have been running for some time now, and they've been releasing a series of World War II kits. But rather than just releasing like single boxes of kits, they've actually been releasing box sets of multiple sets of vehicles. And they're doing this in several different scales. So they're releasing kits in 15, 20 and 28mm. Today we're going to be looking at some of their box kits of Shermans. Now these are the ones they've been producing in 15mm. So you get boxes of 5 tanks. Now, at the moment, the Plastic Soldier Company do not 1, not 2, but in fact 3 different Sherman variants. Each of these comes in a box set, and you get 5 of these particular variants of Shermans. Now, there is a history behind this. Essentially, they originally tooled one particular variant, and I'll put on the sprue a particular hull, and then both turret variants for the tank, and also 3 gun variants. I believe the one they originally did was the M4A1 with the cast hull, and when they were originally previewed, there was a bit of an outcry in a couple of internet forums that, you know, this isn't the only variant you can produce. So after some discussions, there were a couple of other variants produced, and you can see here basically what we've got now is the M4A1, which has cast hull. You've got the M4A2, which has a welded hull, and you have the M4A1W, which is the version 76mm with wet ammunition stowage. And this particular one definitely uses the larger T23 turret. So what I'll do, I'll take you a tour around each of the sprues, and I'll show you what it's like. So here we have, first of all, the M4A1. Now, as you'll go through these, you'll notice that the sprues are actually pretty much exactly the same. The main difference is simply the upper turret body. As I say, this is the M4A1 variant, but you'll notice the sprue otherwise has all the same pieces, and so I'll point this out again later. So basically you've got 2 variants of turret. There's the original turret, which has the 75mm, and also I believe some of the 105mm variants, and then you have the bigger T23 turret, which has the 76mm gun. The kits will also come with the optional fenders, which tend to be left off the US vehicles for ease of maintenance, but were a feature, I think especially of those used by the British. So you can see immediately there is a wide range of modelling options available for this particular kit. So as I say, we've had a look at the M4A1. We'll just do a quick tour around a completed vehicle. Generally these are really easy to put together. A little bit fiddly if you're only doing a single one at a time. I've only actually put one vehicle of each of these kits together as opposed to doing a production line sort of thing. The production line is far easier to do, and it means that the actual amount of time it takes to put a tank together is much reduced. I think these took me probably about 20 minutes each or so to put together. Not particularly complicated. A couple of bits a little bit fiddly, but, you know, essentially you've got 2 parts of the hull, 2 parts of a turret, the gun mantlet, the main gun itself, then you've got all the running gear and the tracks, and then some optional extras with any turret weaponry, a couple of hatches, maybe a commander figure if you wanted, and finally the fenders and the tracks. So not particularly difficult to put together. This is the M4A1W variant. This was one that, in the instructions, it specifically tells you to use the 76mm turret, and so it goes this particular variant. Again, you'll notice different type of hull. Other than that, the kit is very much the same. As I say, you've got the choice of 2 turrets if you really want, but really, for the M4A1W, you should be using the larger T23 turret with a 76mm gun, but you've got the choice of 2 other guns anyway. Again, a quick tour around the vehicle. They look really nice and sharp once you put them together. Not too bad at all, to be honest. You can make a good, quick job of these. Let's say the instructions are very clear. I think they're slightly easier than I said previously put together a 20mm Panzer IV from this company, and these are definitely easier to put together than those. Yeah, there's a couple of fiddly bits on the Panzer IV. These were fine. The final variant is the M4A2. You'll immediately notice, the main difference again is the welded hull on this one, so it's got flat sides. Again, available in, as with the others, with 3 different weapon variants, 2 different turret variants. It gives an options of the sort of tanks you might want to build, and identifies which parts go with which particular vehicle. That's actually a really nice touch. It does mean that, as you look at the sprue, it colour coordinates with, okay, this is the variant you want to build, okay, these are the parts that you will need. It clearly identifies all the parts, makes it very easy to put together. It does mean that, a couple of the variants, as a general rule, potentially a little bit confusing at times, simply because, especially with the way the whole thing's been put together and machined, some of the parts on the actual sprue are not required for some of the vehicles. Especially the M4A1W, for example, doesn't require the smaller 75mm turret at all, but it's on the sprue. Simply because, I think it was just easier to leave it all on there and just machine the hull. Altogether, some really nice kits. Obviously, if you're playing 15mm World War II, especially company level, what have you, you tend to require quite a few Shermans. These are a fantastic way of building them together. Now, for 2012, the pricing is changing slightly for Shermans. I believe, just for tank kits generally, I believe they're all going up to £17.50 each. And so that will be £17.50 for 5 tanks. Still excellent value for money, I think you'll agree. As I say, it'll probably take you overall maybe a couple of hours to put all these together, but they really do look the business. They feel pretty sturdy. Okay, they're plastic kits, so they're quite light or what have you. If you wanted to, I suppose you could always put some modelling putty or something on the interior of the hull, just to give it a bit of weight. It's only if you really think it's necessary. I certainly think by the time you've slapped some paint on these, it will be very difficult to tell them apart from their metal counterparts. So with these 3 kits, it gives you a really good start to putting your armour company together. Especially if you're British, there's another thing to look out for. Early in 2012, they're also going to be producing a Firefly variant box set, and that coupled with these should put you in a position to make a very nice armour company. Nicely detailed model. Lots of build options available, but I think the one thing more than anything that this particular kit showed is not only were the Plastic Soldier Company looking to produce stuff for the war games market, but they're also willing to listen to people when people think they got it wrong, and they really responded to feedback. And that, more than anything, I think has really kind of put a stamp on how Will Townsend at the Plastic Soldier Company works. I was so impressed by the way he went about producing this series of kits, remodelling stuff, being responsive to what people were saying, and ending up producing a set of stuff that people want. So, hats off to Will. I think he's done a brilliant job with these 3 kits. I'd highly recommend them if you're gaming in 15mm. I'm certainly looking forward to putting some more of these together and getting some paint on them. And looking forward to seeing the Fireflies and other allied vehicles coming out later in the year. So, as I say, price-wise, £17.50 for a box of 5. You can get them from several different places these days. Available from the Plastic Soldier Company website. And I'm told they will also very soon be available as individual sprues as well, which is quite nice because it means that you can start doing things like buying individual sprues to build the command tanks for HQs, also the 105mm variants that you might only have a couple of in a tank company. So lots of variants, lots of different options, excellent resource for World War II gaming, and I'm looking forward to a lot more stuff from the Plastic Soldier Company in the future. Well, that's all we've got time for. I hope you've really enjoyed the show, and I look forward to you joining me again soon for another miniature review. Thank you for watching. Take care. Happy gaming.